Late night gore readings, everyone. I am Flesh Wound
that late.
Dan, joined by
I know it only
producer
gives a shit about
Todd.
that East Coast bullshit.
Well, East
Fuck
Coast
you,
is the only
West Coast
coast that
bitch.
matters, Todd.
All right,
That's
and now we need a new host because fuck Dan, he's out of here. You
Yeah,
want to try it again, Dan? I'll bring you back. You start over from the top. And now you're in the wrong fucking place.
Yeah, I know. Get it right, Todd. Gore readings. I am Flesh Wound Dan. That guy down there is producer Todd, and that's Mike Kruger.
And we're still in the wrong spots.
Welcome to primetime, bitch. God damn it, Todd, fix it.
See, this is
well,
what
according
happens
to Dan, it's late.
when the old guy
Super
stays
late.
up late.
It's like 10:30. Jesus Christ! I just took my cookie. It's not that late, Dan.
Yeah, two of the hosts are in the West Coast, so suck a dick.
3 of the hosts are in the West Coast. So
Yeah.
that's 3 dicks.
Yeah.
Taking a cookie is means
2 dicks in the ear and 1 in the mouth.
And speaking of that, I did see Pugs today, not his dick, but I did get to see Pugs today, picking up some stuff for tomorrow. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So, quick plug: if you are in the LA area tomorrow, the Games of Supreme Violence 2, I will be in action for Crimson Crown Wrestling in a Under the Crimson Sea death match, which is a death match that hasn't been done for 9 years, and I was in the last one. It involves fish hooks, shark teeth, all types of fucked up shit that you would find in the sea. So make sure if you're in the LA area to come and check it out, but get your tickets soon because I'm pretty sure it's very sold out. I think there's only general admission left, so make sure you get down there if you're in the area and you will like some deathmatch wrestling.
there will be tickets at the door. I do know that.
Yes.
And
Sweet.
you can say hi to us. What's even better than that?
Yeah.
There you go.
I may be a little cranky because I'll probably be picking fish teeth out of my ass, but
Yep.
Ooh,
That's too bad.
that's
Dan
never
wasn't
pleasant.
there to help. He'll be. I don't know.
yeah, I'm still mad the body wouldn't fucking help clean my ass for me. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Right.
That's you. I'm surprised as well. That's a diss. That's a
He
diss.
did give me a pair of his panties to soak up the blood, though. So I'm appreciative of that.
First timers
I mean,
are wondering what the hell is going on right now.
Yeah, let's get into.
Oh yeah. We should probably take 3. Let's go.
Furiosa sounds wild. All right, guys. So we'll kick things off tonight with our first film of the evening, which is Furiosa, and of course, once again directed by the OG George Miller. As the world fell, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementus. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel, presided over by the Immortan Joe. While the 2 tyrants war for dominance, Furiosa must survive many trials as she puts together the means to find her way home. All right,
Immortan
so
Joe.
yes. R.I.P. to the OG actor who sadly passed away. We got a new actor playing him. A lot of people forget, though, that he also, the original Immortan Joe, also played Toe Cutter in the original Mad Max. So it was one of those double roles. Sadly. Also played Toad in Stone, a classic, Hugh Keys, I should say. Toad in a classic biker movie called Stone. And he was also Grunchlick in Farscape. Great actor. He passed away not too long ago, I think 2020. And certainly deserves a bow because he was great. So I'm a huge Mad Max fan. I think Fury Road is by far arguably the greatest action movie of the last decade. It's amazing.
It's the best Mad Max movie, in my opinion.
That's not really a controversial opinion either. I mean, Mad Max
just with the technology that we have now and like the scale. Granted, I like the old Mad Max movies, but they were never something that I really could sink my teeth into. until Fury Road, and now I'm like fucking all in.
Yeah, I've been a fan since I was a little kid. I mean, I've always loved the post-nuke, post-apocalyptic knockoffs, even of Mad Max.
I like the knock-ons better than some of the original ones.
Oh, that's insane. Which knockoff would you put over it?
Over Beyond Thunderdome, about half of them.
Oh, well, Beyond Thunderdome.
I said of the originals. I didn't say of the first one.
Yes.
That's it.
Well, so I've always felt it was a really strong franchise overall, Beyond Thunderdome aside. Mad Max was revolutionary. Road Warrior took it even further. And then when Fury Road was announced, I'll be honest, I really just didn't think George Miller was going to be able to top it. And he did, and then some. I mean, Fury Road was amazing. I know there's all that criticism that it's more of a Furiosa movie than a Mad Max movie. But hey, that's fine when you deliver something that spectacular. This movie is, well, it's great. I loved it. It's not exactly the same vibe of Fury Road. Fury Road was kind of that nonstop adrenaline rush, just action. This does slow down. There's a little bit more world building. It kind of feels like kind of similar to Road Warrior, I would say, in that way. Because again, Fury Road is like at times like one continuous action scene, and it's great. I haven't seen anybody do it better in a long time. I love this. I really think it was the film that it needed to be. There's still tons and tons of action in this, but I like that we did slow down a little. It does suffer from being a prequel. Obviously, we know where Furiosa ends up. We know how things are going to turn out with Dementis and Immortan Joe. So it does suffer from that a little bit. It's not 100% Anya Taylor-Joy. We spend a lot of time, more than I expected, with Furiosa as a child.
Yeah, which I liked a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, I did too. I think the backstory was fantastic. A few logical things coming from
logical and fucking Mad Max. Come on now.
Well, there's one that I have to point out. So she gets kidnapped. You know that from the trailer. And this green place, which sticks out like a sore thumb, one tank of gas to get back to Dementis. It's like his scouts would have found.
There was some gas issues I had, but those go back to the first movie.
Sure, I get that. It's a tiny little complaint,
You
but
gotta suspend your disbelief on this. It's not nonfiction, Dan.
I get it, but you can point out some logical stuff. I still fucking love this movie. I mean, it is just number one, the ending is bonkers. I don't know if everybody's gonna like it, but like the ending is fucking wild. I like Tom Burke as Praetorian Jack. He looks like a young Stacy Keach. He's like a fucking dead ringer.
I was thinking the same thing the whole time. We need a Stacy Keach biopic. We got the guy.
He's dropping that lip on Anya Taylor-Joy like a champ. I definitely smell his mustache, Todd.
Fucking Christ.
I know. Dan is just such a fucking weirdo lately.
God damn, you're the one that started off.
Weirdo.
So
I didn't talk about smelling his pussy mustache, Dan.
I didn't say pussy mustache, Todd.
What did you mean, Dan? You wanted to smell the fucking
respecting the mustache, Todd. So yeah, this is just like a punk dystopian, just great time. I loved it. I love the weird characters. I like getting more screen time from Rictus, played by Nathan Jones. I thought he's fucking
one of my favorite parts. And the fact that he may have where they went with his character in this movie fucking made me happy. Because it made sense to me.
Yeah. No, just every side character in this is so memorable. Now, Chris Hemsworth, I wanted to talk about. I'm sure some people maybe think the performance is over the top, but
I love it, dude.
The
That's Mad
shitty
Max.
nose is my problem. The
I think they
shitty
just
fucking
wanted.
nose.
I
No,
think
the
they
shitty
wanted
nose
people
and
to.
some of that CG was a little spotty.
Well, I'm going to get to
Like
that.
the
They
first
didn't.
big CG shot, like I was like, oh, really? Right out the gate, and then
They
it cleared
didn't.
up.
They didn't want him to. They didn't want people to see Thor.
I don't
So I
care.
get
Then
it.
cast someone out. So don't put a shitty fucking nose on him. It doesn't make sense. It's distracting.
It didn't bother me too much. I thought he disappeared into the role. He felt a little different.
I think that made him like I didn't like it at all. It's like the bad wigs and the fucking Iron Claw. All I can do is focus on how shitty it looked.
Okay, Rob Black.
Damn.
Okay, Rob, I'm the one who said that shit. The shitty
no, Rob was talking about it.
Oh, he was. Yes, he was. But I always say that. Trust me, whenever it's all about the shitty wigs. If I can't, it pulled me out a little bit.
You do mention the CG. There is a little bit. It's not. There's some CG rendered stuff that there was a couple shots I don't think the stuntman could do, and that was a little bit.
I don't mind the CG.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it actually at all in this movie, surprisingly.
Compared to Fury Road is all I'll say. Like Fury Road is the better film, but not by much. I think this is the movie that it needed to be. If they just did that like one like nonstop action scene kind of feel to this, I don't know if it would have worked. What did you guys think about Anya Taylor-Joy?
I thought she was good. Like,
she was fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
I didn't think she was like weak in any areas, and she was also playing like more of a quiet version of the character, so it was a lot more fucking facials than her fucking actually acting too. And I don't know, I liked her.
They didn't have her like trying to slug it out with like a Nathan Jones or something ridiculous. She outthought people. I wasn't too sure going in. I love Anya Taylor-Joy, but she's almost just too fucking pretty.
She's weird looking. You can get away with it.
Yeah, I don't know. She definitely gave me Sigourney Weaver Alien 3 vibes.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it, and I don't think they had her do something that took me out of it.
It's not the pretty thing for me. It goes back to what I've been bitching about lately. Like it's like the young people playing cosplay. She is that era that's still kind of I don't like is a little too young in my head when I see him. So it's people playing dress up. That's my only complaint about her, and that's a me thing. The Gen Z.
I get that.
It took me a minute
it's a big issue with some movies. Like you said, you just can't believe this person's.
How bad is it in our planet when Jerry Seinfeld is saying we need more masculinity? I just got to throw that out there. Jerry Seinfeld,
Anyway, can you imagine they put him in a Mad Max movie? What's the thing about
no.
I shouldn't have said it. Go ahead.
Nobody laughed at that. I'm sorry.
Kramer and Chaps. There is somebody in the chat's a big Seinfeld fan, and I just made their day. Thank you.
I like Seinfeld too, but that wasn't funny. So I really love Fury Road. I love this too. I think I like Fury Road just a little bit more, but this was awesome. And there's very, very rarely can you get me like super invested in an action movie that doesn't involve horror in it. But this, like, I had no complaints. It was a little over 2 hours long. Didn't really feel like it. Even with it being a slower pace than Fury Road, I never really felt it just because I was so invested in the story. I love me a good revenge story too, though. So like,
let me ask you this. Did you feel the runtime?
That's what I was just saying.
I know, but like you said, it wasn't high paced, but did it feel the 2.5 hours?
No, I just said it didn't feel like that.
No, there you go.
The cookie's kicking into it.
No,
it didn't. I didn't really like ever feel it drag or anything. I was fully invested in the story, and I thought they did the Furiosa character that is in Mad Max Fury Road fucking justice. I love the fact that we got a prequel story to that. Now, I will say I am very, very excited to see what the next chapter is going to be because it's going to take place after Fury Road now.
Let me get your opinion on this because I do think, and again, I love this movie. So people should see this movie. But do you think it was a mistake not doing a Mad Max movie with Mad Max as the central character?
I think we can get that eventually.
The box office is, a little spotty.
No, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like this is a movie that's going to be funded, like regardless. I don't think they're going to give up on this franchise just to due to how fucking crazy the first one was and like the reception for that. I don't think they're just going to give up on it after one box office failure. I think they'll still try.
Yeah, they still need $100 million to hit their budget. The worldwide gross is 68 million. The budget's 168.
If not, though, I mean, I don't see Netflix or Amazon or somebody picking it up. Granted, the quality on the CGI shit is going to drop tremendously, but I need more in this universe, regardless of anything. Like I'm not done with this story. I'm so invested in this world of Mad Max, and I just want more. So
I see TV series possibly.
Yeah, TV series.
HBO
I think would
Max.
be perfect.
No, HBO's not. Warner's not doing any of that shit right now.
Yeah,
They're
Warner's been acting.
You're lucky they didn't cancel this shit.
Yeah, yeah. Warner's been kind of erratic with their behavior lately.
So I honestly, it's going to be a minute.
But man, the one thing I kind of wish though, I would have saw this. I wish I would have saw this movie in D-Box because I think it would have been pretty badass. I was in a D-Box theater, but not in the D-Box seats, and the people in front of me looked like they were having.
You're like you
good time.
This is one you should experience on the big screen, and I have to say, irregardless of box office, I mean, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and this, as good as you're going to get for any summer.
I think this summer's just going to underperform. I don't think other than.
Well, that's going to happen now, no matter what. But yeah,
other than Planet of the Apes, I think that's the only thing that was really strong so far.
Well, you got that If thing that just dropped, right? I assume.
Yeah, I don't know how that's doing. I've even checked it. I saw it. What is it with imagination this year? We've had Imaginary, we have If, we have that fucking blue crayon coming out, or purple, whatever crayon. It's all about imagination this year. That's purple crayon. Do you want me?
Pretend you're not in 2024, I guess. That's sort of the thing. Todd, you said you had a rant.
We haven't rated this yet, Dan, but we'll do that next.
Okay. All right.
I was starting to bring that up, and then I realized we haven't rated it.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, honestly, any of my complaints were small. They don't impact this one too much. Fury Road is the better movie, but man, is that hard to fucking top. So this is not in any way a slight against this movie, because it's still worthy of it. 4.5, and you ask me again, I might give it the 5, but it is fantastic. Great summer blockbuster. Anything you could possibly want in a Mad Max movie. I just, prequel syndrome is still there.
There was one thing I didn't get that I wanted. Oh, wait.
What
the fuck?
Hold on.
Say it.
No,
well, it's not a spoiler because George Miller said it wasn't happening. Is that what it is?
No, it wasn't. I'm just double checking something before I'm wrong. Let's rate it. I just want to make sure I'm my brain doesn't work a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm the one with the fucking CTE. I'm a 4.5 out of 5 too.
Okay. Yeah. Want to give it the 5. I just had a few little things.
I mean, I'm a Mad Max Fury Road's a 4.5 out of 5 for me. But now that I've seen Furiosa, I want to watch Mad Max. So, and I think I've only watched it one time. So,
Fury Road, I think we might have reviewed that, Todd, and I think I might have.
That was the cherry poppers because I fucking finally watched it during quarantine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually when I watched it too.
There you go.
I would give that movie a 6 if we went that high.
And that was my complaint that this one wasn't in 3D.
Oh, there you go.
But that's a minimal one. I'm not taking that. I am taking some for that shitty fucking nose. So I'm a 4.5.
All right,
come on,
all the way.
If you're just gonna make a shitty fake nose, just CGI it, and I won't bitch as much. I don't know something, but okay. Dan wanted my rant. Okay, So Dan always thinks when I'm going to rant, it's going to be a bad movie thing. He's going to be glad Pugs isn't here. So I went and saw the Garfield movie.
Is it good?
Well, here's the thing.
That's a no.
I know. See, Dan always thinks my rant's going to be about, the movie good or bad.
All right, go into it, Todd.
Has nothing to do whether it's good or bad. It's the fact that this movie's pretty goddamn racist. They get the whitest man there is to play Garfield, Chris Pratt. And then, the movie takes place about his dad who abandoned him. So who do they get to play the dad? Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson, the blackest person on the planet.
How is that racist?
Because, of course, it's the black person who abandoned the child. And then he comes back and he puts him in a life of crime. What the fuck? This is teaching the children racism. God damn it, because everyone
the cat does black, Todd.
Yeah.
You tell me you hear Samuel L. Jackson's voice, you don't know that's a black man.
Listen here, okay? The cat is not the color black. So
the question
to make this connection.
I'm just saying.
My question is, does he teach Garfield to say motherfucker?
Unfortunately, he does not. I would have gave it a pass.
That would have been the funniest fucking thing.
Give Garfield one motherfucker, and I will go see that.
We're not done there. The other person they will get to help them with their crime is played by the voice of fucking Ving Rhames. Come on. So now you got who's Odie now? I got to check who the fuck played Odie.
Method Man.
Oh, that's who played Odie. Fucking, what's his name from fucking What We Do in the Shadows? That makes sense. Guillermo.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. But
so
that was it. I was just gonna bitch about that. It came off pretty racist to me. I was like, huh. So why's the abandoned dad got to be black? Oh, why's he got to try to get him into crime now?
When I think Chris Pratt, I think Samuel L. Jackson certainly is
right. It's like you get literally the whitest person you can get, and then the blackest person no one will notice. Racist.
All right, motherfucker, we're gonna steal this lasagna truck.
The movie's all right. My kid liked it, so I can't say.
I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know. How's that doing?
I have no idea. Let's look.
We're losing some cred covering Garfield.
Well,
you get a bonus review tonight.
I was bitching about it being racist.
Hey man, Garfield's fucking awesome. You shut your goddamn whore mouth.
I didn't say goddamn.
Okay, I better be quiet then. Well, it made 24.
Oh, that's a little
33 million in the U.S. and Canada. There's no worldwide. Gross worldwide, it made $100 million.
Oh, okay.
There's no estimated budget. I don't know what those animated.
What's your hate on Garfield, Dan? You motherfucker.
I don't hate Garfield. I love cats.
Should be talking shit.
I don't know. And who the fuck's Nermal? Is that a Garfield character? Is that a weird one? It's only Garfield, Odie, and John, and then like Garfield's dad and some other random bull and some fucking cow. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Well,
there you go. No one gave a shit about Garfield. So
good quality racist family entertainment. Once you're done seeing Furiosa and our next film, which is In a Violent Nature, hold on here one second, and I will read the synopsis. So we've been talking about this one for months. I know that trailer perked everybody up, and it is finally here from writer-director Chris Nash, In a Violent Nature. When a locket is removed from a collapsed fire tower in the woods that entombs the rotting corpse of Johnny, a vengeful spirit spurred on by a horrific 60-year-old crime, his body is resurrected and becomes hell-bent on retrieving it. The undead golem hones in on the group of vacationing teens responsible for the theft and proceeds to methodically slaughter them one by one in his mission to get it back, along with anyone in his way. All right. So, Kruger, what did you think?
So, this movie is definitely not going to work for everybody. But if you can appreciate the fact that they are trying to take an artistic approach to a slasher film, with the POV being of the slasher, with a lot.
It's that's one thing I keep everyone's POV. It's not like POV.
No. But
I know. I don't want. I know. I just don't want people to get confused. It's from the killer's perspective, not POV.
Third person perspective.
Yeah. Anyways, I forgot what the fuck I was saying now, you asshole.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. Fucking.
That's.
I don't even fucking know.
Sorry.
God damn it.
Something artistic from the killer's perspective.
Yeah, if you understand that this is a very art house version of a slasher movie that's taking the killer's perspective and like literally just taking shots and trying to make them look pretty as the killer is walking through the woods or stalking somebody, it is very much an art house movie in that way. There's some really, really awesome shots if you're a cinematography guy or somebody that's like really into that type of thing. But for the people that aren't, I can see why you're going to be a little bit bored. For me, though, I really had a great time with this movie. And it honestly probably would have got 5 stars if it would have fucking landed the ending. The ending in the last like probably 10 minutes of the movie, I think is complete dog shit.
Really?
But I really, really liked everything up until then. Really, like the ending.
That's the part that makes sense with all the art house. I'll talk about it when we.
No, I get the art, but that's the part that rubbed me the wrong way as the slasher fan. I'm in the middle because I
traditional
because I like art house films, right? But like when you're messing with one of my favorite genres, I felt like you needed to take it home pretty strong.
But if we're seeing the opposite perspective, it kind of that's my thing.
But I would have preferred just seeing what happened with Johnny then. You know what I'm saying? Rather than what we got. But at the same time, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. It has probably my favorite kill of the year. I mean, there's a kill in this movie that is absolutely insane.
I started applauding in the theater.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's one of the greatest kills I've seen in recent years. Now, let me tell you, though, not every kill is to that level. It's not like Terrifier and every kill is fucking over the top. There's some off-screen stuff, and that kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way. But at the same time, seeing some of the aftermath with the way the shots were set up, I really love that shit. Like, it had this cool feel to it where you felt like you were following the slasher on an adventure, like almost like it was like found footage, but it wasn't found footage, if that makes sense. And the way they take certain shots where it's like overhead and you know they were using like a drone or some shit to fucking get that shit, it looks really cool. So if you've ever been interested in seeing like really crazy cinematic shots of a slasher kill, this is going to tickle your pickle. But I also don't think that this is going to pertain to most slasher fans. I watched this with my girlfriend too. She was a little like over the long walking scenes, but just for me, like I like just kind of soaking into the atmosphere and watch, and just it looked pretty on screen anytime it happened. The one thing I will say though, like overall, this movie probably should have been 80 minutes. If you would have cut a lot of that shit down, it would have been way more digestible. But I think this was what? How long was it, Todd?
It was a little north of 90, right? I think.
Yeah, 134. So
yeah, they could have easily cut
the last 15 minutes you didn't like.
Yeah, I can't remember where it started, but there's a long story that I was just like, if I was in this girl's position, I'd be like, hey, let me, how about you shut the fuck up and let me sleep? Like, I was hoping for her to say that shit. But regardless of that, I enjoyed this movie. If we ever get in Violent Nature 2, where we get like just a straight slasher film with this character, I'd be in for that. But overall, I came in expecting this to be my favorite movie of the year, or like very well close. And it's not right there, but I still really liked it. And I think this is something where if you've seen every other slasher movie ever made, it's a little bit different. And for me, I enjoyed that.
I think it's more, I mean, everybody is starving for a new Friday the 13th. So I understand why people were so hyped for this little indie movie. It's really more of an adaptation of the Friday the 13th video game than the Friday the 13th movie franchise.
What do you mean?
Just the style, no character development, really.
I disagree with that.
The video game. What the fuck are you talking about?
He means just because it's like watching someone walking like a video game.
Yeah, we don't get to know any of these characters in any significant way beyond the killer, which he does have.
Yeah, it's because it's the POV of the killer.
Yeah. You get to know as much as you could possibly want or need to know about the killer. Nobody else in this you're going to care about. I mean, they're just random body count disposable characters.
They're not.
It's not to say that. Oh, they're 100. Todd, who gives a shit about anybody in this?
No, but like they're not.
I mean, that's the point.
You couldn't. There's significance of certain characters. Like you have
for the story.
You have almost a Tommy Jarvis-esque character in here that like makes sense for the story. I mean, he may. I get what you're saying, but you're significance.
Yeah, anybody that loves this film isn't going to be talking about how much they loved any other character but Johnny.
No, of course, Johnny's the man.
It's so. I wasn't too sure going into this. I was like, I wonder if this is going to sustain a 90-minute runtime. It's not totally a third-person killer movie. There are a couple points where they break away from that near the end, and then there's scene early on,
and that's where it hurt me.
And see, here's the thing: it's not necessarily the way I took it and watching it. It's not just that it's that you're seeing the opposite bits. Of what happens in the slasher. So so when it goes, we're seeing that stuff. Like that's why the ending totally works for me, because that's the opposite side we'd see.
I get that. I think most people are gonna hate the ending.
I'm sure.
I'm a little middle of the road because I will say I thought it was kind of suspenseful because you're waiting for something. I won't say what,
and
what
then
happens.
When it happens, it happens.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Now I will put this movie over. We watch a lot of slasher movies that effectively are the same thing as far as the story goes. So this might work for a lot of people because it does it a little bit different. Exactly. I know a lot of people that last 10 minutes or so, they're going to just look at it as avant-garde nonsense that doesn't fit with a slasher.
But it's not. It like completely makes.
I get it, but they're not going to get that.
I would have rather see what Johnny was doing, bro. Like that.
I get that, but that wouldn't be the spirit of the film, though, because we're seeing the opposite of everything. Of what was other than
I get that, but I don't think a lot of people are gonna like it.
And like because all these characters like are 100%, and it's nice because they kind of did 80s and modern, because some kills are old school cutaways, like that, and some are like there is our big Terrifier style one. But I mean, so it is a mix, and the characters though, I mean, from what they are,
Okay, so I get what you were kind of looking at it more as a love letter to like all that shit.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, you can
because I wasn't really looking at it like that, but I can kind of understand now what you mean.
Like everything's the opposite, and like when we get to those characters, like okay, that's the Tommy Jarvis. So if we were watching it in the other side of the story,
fuck.
And
damn, you kind of blew my fucking mind right now.
Everything is the opposite. Yeah, it's just when you watch it again, I think, and you like kind of put the story in your head of what's happening on the other side. It's like a straight up.
Fuck, I may go watch it again now. Goddamn.
I know, like just like my theater reaction. They seemed to love it. They were reacting to everything, and then there was a lot of kind of at
the ending. Like for everybody in my theater, they were like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
like,
and like even my girl, she was like, "I would have probably like loved that movie way more if it gave me a stronger ending." But like now, what Todd is saying, it makes a lot more fucking sense to me.
It does.
Like all that walking in my head is when we're getting all the people getting ready for camp. We're getting this story. That's when the other stuff would be happening in the slasher. And what's he doing? He's walking around with nothing to do.
Yeah, I didn't even fucking think about that.
Now I get that, and that is clever. I will say, and Kruger touched on it, this movie could have been, I would go a little bit lower and say 70 minutes. And we wouldn't have lost anything. You would have gotten the point across. I didn't think it was boring. Like, I'll be honest, I was a little worried about that, but there were a few moments where I was like, man,
it was dragging a little bit.
Some of the walking, my lids got a little heavy. I'd be like, all right, we'll get through the walking. But other than that,
just trim it a little bit. Like, it would not have hurt.
See, now I need to rip this shit off for a fucking promo and just have me walking the whole fucking time.
There you go.
I would say, like, just don't go in expecting exactly Friday the 13th. Because I think a lot of people are. They just want this to be Jason. He's also not Jason. Now, there's obviously Jason qualities.
He's pretty
fantastic. There's some very non-Jason things he does. One thing in particular, not saying it's a bad thing, just there's that kind of like, let's stop and play with the fidget spinner kind
of.
Dude,
I love, but that may have been my favorite scene in the whole movie because it got over what his character was. A lot of people questions shit with Jason, like how could he be so smart to do these things? But then, like, this movie is one of the first movies I saw they kind of broke it down to where, like, you really saw him go back to that child and then go boom right back into killer. Like, that's probably my favorite scene in the movie, minus the ridiculous kill that we need to talk about in spoilers.
Like, just like and I don't want to give it away, but you'll know what I mean when I say, like, the horn thing, and you see how he would do it. I'm like, that's, it's giving you what you're missing, what Jason would have done, and how it.
Yeah,
I'm using Jason because
obviously. Well, the other cool thing that I thought, like, the thing that I loved about this was it kind of gave you some answers on how the killer catches up out, or how he appears out of nowhere. And that was like something that I thought was really well done, because they were giving you, everybody bitches about, oh, well, how did Michael Myers catch up to that woman when she's, sprinting and he's just walking? But this kind of gave you some answers to that, or like little weird tactics that Johnny had, where he would, like, put a car alarm, make somebody go around it, and he would circle around the building the other way. That shit was really, really fucking cool.
They should have just had him fly. Really fast.
Well, they could have went full Friday the 13th game and had him fucking teleport.
There's some callbacks to 2 that I think people will appreciate.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you be game if for the sequel we just got the other side?
Absolutely.
Not of the same story. I think that would be lame.
Well, see,
but like, you mean like a sequel, but not.
No, I meant the sequel on the other side.
Well, no, but here's how. Well, hold on. Shh. Well, wait a minute. So here's how you do it. Johnny was already doing some shit like off screen, so you could have it be the girl's perspective the whole movie, and then pick it up where Johnny comes in that second half.
Yeah.
No, there's ways you could do it. I'm very curious what the box office was. Now, this wasn't in the big, theater for me, but it was almost full.
Dude, I had to travel goddamn 45 motherfucking minutes to see this movie.
I'm surprised your art house didn't have it.
My art house did, but not early.
Oh,
so,
yeah, okay.
I wanted to see this as soon as it came out, and I traveled 45 minutes, then took me like an hour to get fucking home. But
they had it in our second biggest IMAX screen.
We didn't have it at Cinemark. Cinemark put it up on their website, but they never they never put up a showing. So I had to travel to AMC for this motherfucker.
No, I do have to call bullshit though on something. This, like, it's making people sick and throw up.
Oh, that's stupid.
No, it's not. If you see it,
but I can see some of the bone stuff making people very uneasy, because that's where it got me, to be honest with you. But we need to talk about that shit in spoilers, so I think we should just rate this bitch and then go into that.
All right.
Okay. Well, Kruger, you want to go first?
I'm a 4 out of 5 with room to grow. I really think now that Todd kind of set my mind straight, I need to watch this movie again and get what the fuck they're going for. Because I just kind of went in thinking, slasher movie, but now that Todd sparred me up a little bit, I think I'm going to like it more. But 4 out of 5 for now, and I may even go back to the theater to see this. So,
do we know how soon it's going to be on Shudder?
Probably. I mean,
Longer
a couple
now.
months.
Okay, he doesn't have an announced date like
Stop motion
like
took
The Devil.
about 3 months. So,
Well, I just remember Late Night with the Devil had an announced date already. I was just
Yeah.
curious if they did the
I
same.
don't
Yeah,
think
I
so.
didn't see any announced
All right,
date because
cool.
I've been asked and I didn't see anything.
Maybe
Um,
schedule for next month coming soon, so I probably won't be.
I'd be down for a watch along too. Just saying.
Yeah.
Sure. So I'm back and forth on this one. I don't know what the replay value is, but overall, I had a good time. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. The kill elements are very strong. I know that's what people really.
But
are
it's not
excited
every
about.
kill. I need to emphasize that because I think
No,
a lot of
yeah,
people are going to
some-
go in thinking
Yeah.
Terrifier. There's
No,
a few
Well,
off-screen kills.
Yeah, there's a few that do probably get into Terrifier territory, but not like the gore comedy aspect that Terrifier has, where it's almost so over the top that you just kind of laugh at it. Again, not criticizing Terrifier, just you're probably not laughing at anything that
They're
happens.
different. They're differently tone
Hey,
wise.
motherfucker! I laughed 3 times in this movie.
So yeah, like I said, the ending, it's just gonna split people. I wouldn't call this boring, but it really would have benefited from just trimming a little bit. I think
I agree.
95 minutes or 93, whatever it was, like you could easily drop 20 minutes out of this and it wouldn't have changed what you were trying to say or anything like that.
But it wouldn't have
movies.
delivered what they were trying to do. It
Yeah,
wouldn't have been true to it.
I appreciate movies trying to do something a little different. It's not going to land for everybody, but
I think
watch a
watching
lot of
this
horror
a second
movies.
time, it's going to change my opinion about like it being overdrawn.
I'm excited for you to watch it.
Yeah, me too. Like, fuck.
Now,
I
waited
going tonight, but I have to go get stuck with fish hooks tomorrow. So
I waited till the last second to criticize this. You're trying to be in the spirit of 80s slasher movies, Todd. What am I going to say?
But you know what? They would have been on the other side we're not seeing.
Todd, did you rate it?
Show me
Todd
some
didn't
I
rate it.
did not. That's where they would have been. If we're being faithful, those titties would have been the part of the story we're not seeing. But I understand the complaint.
He sees them. There's naked girls that Jason sees when he kills them. Todd,
This is
thank
true.
you.
But that's what I'm
Thank you.
saying. I get
They
it. But
even tease it on the dock. So there you go. There's just reasons why I'm not
all
going
right. Well,
as
even
high
though
on
Dan didn't get his little pecker hard, I give it a 5.
a little bit.
I loved it.
Wow.
I love what they were trying to do. They nailed
Oh.
it for me. So
This is kind of like the opposite. I kind of figured Kruger, you'd be like, I wasn't too sure with the ending. I wasn't too sure how you.
The ending is honestly what kept me from giving it a higher rating.
Let's go into spoilers.
Yeah, let's do that.
all right. So if you guys next time, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not,
Well, come back in like 2 minutes.
all right.
Maybe a little longer, but when you
Yeah,
see
I
the
think
thing
so.
go,
But if not, yeah, that's all we're talking about next. So
Yes.
spoilers.
Okay, so homeboy takes a hook, fucking drives it through her body, fucking Friday the 13th Jason Lives style, when he drives his fucking fist through the heart, but through the stomach. And then he's got this hook. And then he fucking takes her head and turns her fucking inside out with it and fucking yanks her into a fucking pretzel and kicks her off a roof. What the flying fuck? The neck bones breaking was insane. Me and my girlfriend were both like, "Oh, well, this is it. This is where people were puking," because as soon as I saw those neck bones go, motherfucker, I'm a wrestler. Okay, I'm worried about my neck all the time. I see that shit, I fucking just cringed, and I was like, oh no, God, though, like Mortal Kombat level fatality, motherfucker. Like, if Art the Clown isn't in Mortal Kombat, fucking goddamn Johnny should be, because Jesus Christ, that shit was insane. Also, Johnny I love his character because he's like half Jason, but then he's very much like Leatherface.
Yeah, he's like a combo of those two.
Yeah, and I love that
We're gonna get pretty Johnny if we keep making sequels.
Yeah, right.
I did laugh when he first put his mask on. I was like, "Is he a fucking minion?"
I like
it was cool.
I like
then it was cool, but that was my first thought. It looked like a fucking minion.
I really wish we would.
So
the only kill that bothered me, I didn't like the water kill. That's the one that pissed me off.
I like that. I mean, there was no gore, but I like the anticipation of that. That was almost like a Hitchcock type shot. I dug it.
Yeah, that one. I don't know.
It is weird because the
kills.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the kills, like you said, are very simple, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna hit you with we're gonna have spines torn out of assholes kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the part we wouldn't have saw, because we would have been following the other characters off to what they were doing, and they would have found the drawn.
And the spine asshole fucking kill, like I thought, like okay, that's gonna be like the one, but then like we got this really cool axe. Or I don't even know.
That? I don't even know. Tree cutter?
Fucking wood, tree cutting, fucking
electric.
It's almost like it just smashes you in half because it looked kind of blunt, but
but it very, very cool. And then we got like one of the best axe kills I think I've ever seen. I mean, Jesus, he was just like, all right, bitch, you really came up on me, boom, 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 and you fucking see this dude's head just split all over the fucking place, and Johnny just keeps going.
I was kind of looking at that, and I was like, what did you think was gonna happen, you dumb son of a bitch? like whoa.
Dude, Johnny just like was like not having it with that motherfucker. He got so enraged. He let the chick escape.
You would think he just like had his like necklace on his dick or something.
Bear story. Fucking, you could have cut that like to like a minute, man. That shit was way overdrawn when she's talking about her brother getting mauled by the bear. If I was that chick, like, take it from me. Yeah. I've been in situations where I'm bleeding that fucking bad coming home. If somebody was talking to me like that, I'd be like, can you please just shut the fuck up? And fucking, I would have went to sleep.
Well, see, but it kept going because that's when we would have been with Johnny getting his necklace and going and doing whatever. I
get what you're saying. But I think there could be a really fun sequel with where we're pick up where Johnny left off, right, and then go into the next movie. Like we could easily do that as well.
Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, I think people are starved for new slasher icons. We've seen what happened with Art, so
Johnny's probably one of the best prospects I've seen in recent years. I'm still waiting on the Skull the Mask sequel.
Well, that's why I think the sequel from the other side, you have to like revisit some of the stuff. Like Kruger said, just pick it up from.
I just don't see practically how you make that work as far as the same kills that you would have to have.
Because the kills aren't there. Okay, so here's the thing.
But if they're the focal point, how do you get around just not having the same kills?
No. So you see the aftermath of everything, because that's what those characters were seeing. You're in the perspective of Johnny when he's killing the people, but if you're following the girl's perspective, she's seeing the aftermath of everything. And what you can do is she's seeing the aftermath of everything, fucking, and then Johnny loses her, and fucking, then you pick up from Johnny's perspective after he's killing that person, and then he sees the locket, and then where you go from there, and then you can just pick up into a sequel from there.
Because the thing is, you have to fill in those gaps for people who can't fill them in.
Yeah,
so you have to give it. You have to do it at very least some of it from the other side.
But
you
I
think
don't.
that-
But you don't need to waste a ton of time on that either. You could get that fucking done in 30 minutes.
Do you abandon the gimmick though? Because is it going to be as special the second time?
It's the whole Blair Witch thing. Do we do Blair Witch 2 and do it totally different? But
I think in this case you have to do Blair Witch 2 and make it him a stand. You know, I hate to say standard, but it's not going to feel as clever the next time. You could open it.
I don't know. I'd be into it if
they could do it again and do it from a sequel. They could do it again from the other side with a different story. They could add the supernatural element, like a Jason Lives type thing, from the other end, and you kind of discover it from the other side.
Yeah, no, you
could do.
You have options.
I love the. Also, I love the shot with where he's seeing like his mom in the mirror and stuff. Yeah. Like that's like perfect Jason shit. Yeah. So like honestly, if anybody's gonna get the next Friday the 13th, I know that's probably not gonna happen for a long time from what I'm hearing, unfortunately. But
Chris Nash. Yeah,
but I also gotta I give it out to the guy that fucking made Never Hike Alone, especially that last one. I mean, Todd, you even like that motherfucker. That last one was the shit.
Because they actually made a movie on that last one. So
full hour and a half fucking special, brother. Like those motherfuckers go hard. Like I wish they would get the go to do it, because especially if they had like a production company funding them. Fuck.
They won't let the makers of a fan film do that.
I know.
There's no way.
Yeah, I know. It just sucks.
If any of them, it should have been Jason's versus Bigfoot guy.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh, it's fun. And you get fucking Jessa Flux in it too.
That's who we need
for now.
That's who we need in the sequel to this. Speaking of which, if they do somehow franchise this movie, you're gonna have to change the name. I don't think In a Violent Nature 2 is got that pop.
They can think of something. Yeah,
Johnny's Revenge,
something like that. Yeah, I think they'll have to do that. But you know, you're gonna have mixed feelings on this film. Like I said, it's not flawless. I really think the couple things that are wrong with it, if they changed, it gets elevated a little bit more. But I'm. Like I said, I was surprised this week. I was not expecting a 5 from you, Todd. I really wasn't with this.
Did you not expect me to like it?
No, not that. I mean, I figured you'd enjoy it. I wasn't too sure.
I'm a big slasher fan. And Kruger's more modern. I'm more old school. But, I mean, we do meet on...
What the fuck are you talking about?
You like a lot more of the... No. Okay, let me do this. We both like the old stuff, but the modern stuff you like more than me. That's what I mean.
You don't like Terrifier?
Well, there's like big ones, but there's small, like the Dare you love. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't. It's not one I revisit ever. But I mean,
that's also though like fucking me from like 4 years ago.
You brought up Skull. That one I like, but I'm not like dying.
Well, but he didn't like Bikini Bloodbath Christmas. Like,
shut the fuck up.
But are we doing spoilers? Can I pull the spoilers down now?
Nah, but Skull was all. I think you even gave it like a 4.5.
I did, but it's not one I ever go to revisit.
I don't revisit it a ton, but like it's one of those movies where your star for, and that's even before Terrifier. Terrifier kind of reignited a new fucking wave of slasher movies. Let's be real. We've gotten some really fucking good ones over the last like 2 years, but Skull, like for one, it's like my wrestling gimmick. That's why I liked it.
I get it. No, I totally get it.
It totally took like what I have as my wrestling gimmick and fucking made it into a slasher movie. And then the guys doing wrestling moves, power bombing people, choke slamming them. Like, come on.
You're going to be wielding some hooks tomorrow, so that's something you'll have in common with Johnny.
Yeah, we have this really fucked up looking shark tooth bat that I've been being sent pics of.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's been sending me pics of this fucking bat, and I'm like, holy fuck. So, make sure if you're in LA tomorrow, Games of Supreme Violence 2. from
Just
Crimson Crown Wrestling. Me and JD Horror in the first round in the Under the Crimson Sea death match. This is the second one, 9 years in the making of this rematch. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Fucking
just send him clips from this movie and say it's going to be even fucking worse for you, JD.
yeah, exactly. He's already talking about shoving the fucking shark tooth bat up my ass, which is not fucking happening. My ass is taking enough fucking pain. If you haven't seen that, go on fucking Patreon. Patreon.
Now that sounds like you're promising something very different.
Oh,
see what happens to my
pain
ass
on
on Patreon.
Oh yeah,
little
Can
different.
Can monsters get distracted by titties?
We'll
This
see.
is not Nightmare Christie. Like, see what happens to my ass.
I mean,
this is a little different.
We got a pretty graphic video of my aftermath. I mean, it's still on Patreon, right?
Are we reviewing that new that movie with that slasher with Nightmare Christie?
I don't know, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Answer my question.
Oh, sorry. What was your question?
That video is still on Patreon, right?
Which one?
Of my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fucking.
Well, the shark tooth will get the razor blade out. So there you go.
The razor blade's already out, thankfully. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The other fucking, like literally last night, I'm fucking feeling around, fucking squeezed. Piece of fucking glass came out of one of my fucking goddamn cuts. It's the fucking one of my goddamn fucking weed whacker shots too, and I'm like, God damn it! And I felt more glass in there. I'm like, hopefully, fucking tomorrow I get some of this shit out of me.
Yeah. Well,
Get some new shit in there.
Yeah.
Shark teeth.
Yeah, let's hope I don't have a shark tooth go into my fucking second ass crack.
You could end up on that's how you get a Jackass gig. Just this guy's got
fuck
fucking
that
shark
shit.
teeth in his ass.
Fuck that shit.
Didn't one of them almost get killed by a shark?
Yeah. Poopies. Poopies got
That's right,
fucked
what
up.
it did.
What
What are
I
they
thought
gonna
it was Evo when he kicked it in the head.
do?
Yeah. Wild Boys is even crazier than Jack.
I like that better than anything.
I wish
they've
it was
done.
streaming somewhere. What are these? What are these ghetto channels I'm looking at?
Is in Wild Boys on Paramount?
Not unless they added it. Wait. I know the one with the words you can't say on YouTube guy. Fuck, the one with Bam. You know,
Oh, yeah.
with Uncle whatever.
Yeah, Uncle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Don Vito.
There you go. Yeah, that maybe it's just that one that's not streaming.
I witnessed an argument the other day that was pretty funny. Somebody insisting Bam Margera was dead. I was like, no, he's not. What are you talking about? No, he died. He wasn't in the Jackass movies. Yeah, because he's got problems. He's not.
Did you see? God damn it! Did you see that there's a Movie Pass documentary?
Oh yeah. I think
It came out today. I think it's on Max.
Who the fuck wants to watch that?
Well, I do. Do you remember Movie Pass?
The fuck is
It
Movie
doesn't
Pass?
quite feel like a whole documentary
There
story,
was all
but I'll
that
watch
weird
it.
shit that with it, so I'm interested.
Well, I don't want to see the fall of A-list documentary, so
Well, because they're not doing the dumb shit. Yeah, they're.
Hey, Todd,
Yo.
play my fucking promo before we go out.
Oh, God damn it. It's not prepared. Hold on. Oh, wait, I can just play. Hold on.
Shouldn't be hard.
I know, I wasn't prepared.
Anyways, keep talking, Dan. Come on. Host.
well, so we will also be back with more Squared Circle Society.
Aren't we going to be
content.
live streaming this fucking match tomorrow on Patreon, Todd?
Keep an eye. I don't know if it's going to be on Patreon or just on YouTube. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So keep an eye out, but Todd and Dan, make sure you keep an eye out for that so everybody has the links.
I'll try to make sure to post it.
What's the start time tomorrow?
It's later. The deathmatch tournament doesn't start till 8.
That's
okay.
11 o'clock for you, Dan.
Oh, all right. I'll definitely be watching then. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath. If you saw that first match, you know that's gonna be a rough one. And
There you go, Todd.
Here we go.
I don't hear anything. There we go. My younger years.
Yeah. Dan, you should be reading the voiceover.
Right.
Once upon a time.
Ooh.
A rival took him to the edge of the abyss and left him there to rot. I should do it as Samuel L. Jackson.
Don't make it racist, Dan. Oh yeah, the red's more burned in the final render.
Yep.
But time and time again, he rose from death, and his strength grew, leaving paths of guts and gore in his wake. Six years ago, he finally got his vengeance and sent the slasher from Camp Crystal, California, back to the dead. But now, in 2024, we add another chapter to the nightmare between the two behemoths when they faced off. 2 months to read.
I like Dan trying to keep up.
I know, right?
Just tell him you're going to treat him like Jackie Earl Haley.
You missed it, Dan. Almost 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
You got 2 left, Dan.
Ooh, I hope that's not coming back. That looks rough.
It may.
I've heard from Jeff too.
Ooh. Kruger versus Hart. Ooh.
All right.
Let's go in through his throat. Under the Crimson Sea, Part 2.
Gotta have a little Freddy versus Jason callback.
Well, hopefully, and I have no doubt you'll be walking with his head at the end of it.
The clear victor again.
Yeah. So be sure you guys fucking get there. Yeah, I've been on a fucking tear the last couple months with death matches, so this is gonna be no different. And I have like a month to heal, so I'm gonna get fucking crazy.
Ooh, okay.
All right. I
Well,
can't wait.
I hope it's JD picking all of that shit out of his back this time. So
Remember, don't get distracted by the titties.
I'll try to remember.
All right.
'Twas titties that killed the beast. That's a t-shirt.
I'm just gonna start chanting titties in third period.
We could have Kong on the building, and then you just have like somebody like that, just a hot chick.
I'm just gonna bring a sign that says Kruger said.
Oh, you know you'll see some titties at that show if you do that. Cloud, I'm not going to disappoint you next
Yeah,
time.
what the fuck are you trying to sabotage me in this fucking tournament? I need another trophy, motherfucker.
I'm just fucking with you.
Maybe you can use the titties as weapons, like Taipei titty match.
Oh my god. Somebody needs to sell that to Rob Black. Anyways,
Thai pay titty match, Rob Black. If you're listening,
there you go.
yeah,
I will. Hillbilly's already ready.
You can pay me an extreme.
Me and Hillbilly. Let's go, baby.
He's just sitting there, just give.
You just fucking
That's he does the Terry Funk with the ladder with his tits, and that's boom. He could just take everybody out. Todd, I'm a fucking genius. Come on.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, guys, it's late. We're gonna go. Let us know what you think about these two movies. Very curious. So drop your comments. I know they're going to be all over the place, especially within a violent nature. Patreon.com/FleshWound-Features. It all starts at just $1. And we don't, we're not monetized here, even though we technically can be. So we appreciate your support. It helps when we give you a lot on there. So check that out. And on that note, come again hard.
Good evening.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.